Hello, my trainers. Today I'm going to be talking about intermittent fasting. What is it? How do I do it? What do I eat while I'm intermittent fasting? Has it had any benefits in my life? If you want to know, make sure you stick around. Okay, so today I figured I would do a bit of a what I eat in a day video while I answer some of those questions that I mentioned at the start. So in the very early morning, the first thing we want to start with is our lime tea. Now, if you really can't stand the taste of the lime in just hot water, you can add some tea, but the best benefit is just having the lime with the hot water. And you want to have this as soon as you wake up. It really starts to get the digestion going. Right after that, you're going to still be in your fast, so you're not going to have anything unless you drink black coffee. Y'all, I failed. I went to McDonald's. Psych! I mean, I did go to McDonald's, but just to get my coffee. Here's the thing about coffee. So, if you're not really supposed to get it with anything in it. You're supposed to drink black coffee. And if you're like me, most of the time that is not what I have. I don't have black coffee at all. But during at least the fasting, I do try to use a little bit less cream and sugar. But if you cannot do black coffee, you need to have it once your window of eating starts, because if you have cream and sugar, you're breaking your fast. So that's my only tip on coffee. But if you can stand it like this, you'll be all right. And then your very first meal of the day is going to be what I'm making now, which is your green juice, or suku verji as I first learned it. Today I'm going to be making it with carrot. I got some spinach, collard greens, and an apple. Now, normally when I had ever had green juice in the past, it was all the greens, all the vegetables, and I never added something like apple. It really makes a difference. So we're gonna go ahead and blend that all together, and that will be our breakfast. So while I cut this up, I'm just gonna talk to you guys a little bit about what intermittent fasting is. Now, basically, you are fasting throughout the night, right? I don't know if you've ever known before, but breakfast, the reason it's called that is because you're breaking your fast. It's the first thing you had after the night. And so intermittent fasting is essentially doing that for a very specific amount of time, making sure you're not eating right when you wake up, make sure you're not eating right before you go to bed. And that just makes a huge impact on your digestive system and your metabolism and how your body is processing things throughout the night. Because if you're awake, then your body can process things normally, but if you're sleeping, there's just so many things that can go wrong in your digestion, and I can put another video about that specifically. But as far as your digestion goes, it's just not good to eat, especially right before you go to bed. Now, the second question, I believe, was, how do you do it? So basically, you're going to want to figure out what your fasting hours are. I'm doing now I will say I'm doing it a little loosely. I'm going from 9 o'clock in the morning or 10, depending on when I actually get to this. It's actually almost 11 now, so, and then 8 hours after that. So normally I will go from 9 o'clock until 5 o'clock, but it can adjust just depending on how my day goes. But you want to make sure, especially, that whenever that 8th hour hits, you're getting whatever else you want for the day, because if you don't, then you're eating late and it just starts that digesting process way too late. I'm going to go ahead and throw this stuff in. Got my apples in there already, my carrots, got my spinach, and some collard greens. Now I am going to toss a little bit of water in here just to help it blend up together. Now, if you've got a stomach like my father, you can just chug this all once it's been blended. I have a really hard time with the texture, so I end up straining it a lot. So just depending on, if you get to have all of this, that's much more nutrients and probably will fill you up a lot more if you can bear the texture. I am going to strain it though. Alright, so I'm actually going to give it the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to just try it. It's been a while since I've done it without straining it, but you know, I watched my dad do it yesterday and maybe I can. Here we go. Good job, Dad. I'm not doing this. Okay, so I strained it all. It's definitely less than it would have been, but it's still pretty good. I blended it actually a little bit more, and that's what we got. And even though this might look a little funky, it's actually enjoyable.
All right, guys, so it is dinner time, or meal time, I guess you could say. And I just want to talk about that real quick. I know I was answering, how do you do intermittent fasting? And again, it just depends on when you want that window of being able to eat. The reason you're wanting to make sure you have that protein, make sure you add eggs to your meal, all that kind of stuff, and you're having eggs if you're really hungry, or you're working a lot, working out a lot, is because of this calorie deficit, as well as working through your digestion in your body, you're not going to want to lose your muscle. You're going to want to lose the fat. So replacing that with protein, making sure protein is in your body to keep that muscle working and lose the fat. So anyway, for dinner here, I'm going to be doing this, grilling up this chicken here. It's already pre-seasoned. Now, normally you're not going to want as much skin and fat. I'll do the best that I can, but I'm going to grill that out, get that to, I think, reduce. I'm not really sure the technical term for it, but get as much of the fat off of that as possible. But I'm going to be just cooking it up in my cast iron skillet. I'm going to have this chicken, and then I'm going to be making ratatouille. Oh, I forgot. Okay, so I'm going to be making some ratatouille for my vegetables on the side. Again, try to stay lower on all the oils. I'd probably be using a bunch of olive oil and butter and all that kind of stuff normally. You want to try to take that out. We want as little fat, especially in the beginning, as possible. But I got some zucchini, some eggplant, some tomatoes. I'll probably add some onions as well. I forgot to grab that. But that's what I'm going to make for my meal. And other than if I grab another apple if I'm really hungry, or another egg if I'm really hungry, that's pretty much it for the day. And I'll make another green juice as well. But that'll be it. That's what I'm doing personally. I also have changed this up for some family members who have tried this as well. Like, what works with your schedule? What works with your body composition, what you do throughout the day, your job, how much you work out, all that kind of stuff. So it'll be adjusted to what you do normally, as well as the results that you want. So I'm in the losing weight kickstart kind of mode, so that's why I'm having this one big meal in the middle of the day. And eventually when I'm done with this, I'll have a very similar thing for dinner as well. But when I get back to my normal lifestyle, I'll probably put a little bit of rice under this. I'll probably add a little other things here and there, because this isn't meant to stop enjoying normal food. It's just meant to kind of help you with proportions and having a balance of healthy stuff as well. So I'm going to go ahead and cook this up, and I hope you enjoy it. So I'm just cutting everything up really, really thin. I decided that because I have so many different sizes throughout my vegetables, normally you want it more uniform to make that whole ratatouille tray really look like, you know, what it's supposed to. But because I have so many different sizes, I'm actually just going to layer it kind of like a lasagna. And then you're going to make sure just a tiny bit of oil. Again, you don't want too many fats, so I just a little bit of oil, pepper, salt, and I needed another bigger bowl because I couldn't mix it. But mix it all together so the oil spreads and the seasoning as well. And then I took another baking tray and just used a little bit of tomato sauce and layered it literally just like a lasagna. You could see at the end I gave up a little bit on keeping it uniform, but yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Okay, so this is it. I've got my chicken, my veggies. I did add a little bit of feta cheese. That's a probiotic. You want to avoid processed cheese. I've got my fried egg, and we're all ready to eat it. Alright guys, so that is it. Aside from what you saw me make in this video, there were one time that I was hungry and I had an apple, and another time right before I just cooked that I was craving a little bit more, so I had a couple olives. But aside from that, this is pretty much my diet. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I will say I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionalist, but if you want to share with me your lifestyle, maybe your job, how active you are, and certain things that you might like or dislike, I'd be more than happy to suggest you a plan that will fit your lifestyle. So again, that's pretty much it. We're going to end with a little taste test from the hubby. It's obviously not going to be as gourmet without all the butter and cream and spices and all that kind of stuff, but just tell me if it's edible.
Let's see. Mmm.
Edible?
Definitely.
All right, so let me know how you liked it. See you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.